Hello, Trading Family viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. This video is going to be a walkthrough of how to set up and modify your TradingView account for markup purposes. My name is Chelsea Atkins. I'm one of the top leaders and mentors for the Trading Family trading team. We utilize TradingView to mark up our charts when we're analyzing the foreign exchange market, commodities, cryptocurrency, and different things like that. So TradingView is a website that is free. You can create a free account. There are upgrades and paid versions, but if you're just starting out, the free version will be perfect for you. There will be a link in the description below that will take you right to TradingView's website. It'll allow you to create a free account. And then if you decide to upgrade at any time or do any free trial, that is up to you. But once you go to the TradingView website, in order to access the actual charts, you can click right on chart. And it is a good idea to create a username and password for a couple of different reasons. One, it will allow you to receive alerts on your cell phone if you download their app. Two, it will save your charts for you. So as you're analyzing a chart or marking it up, it'll keep those markups in that account for you so you can go back and reanalyze what you're doing. Now, the first thing that I do recommend is over here on the right hand side, they do have a watch list selected here. Up in this upper right hand corner, you will see this little tab. If you click on that, it opens this whole panel right here, the watch list on this right hand side. They do have some pre-selected pairs as well as stocks here in this list. Now, unless you are also trading stocks, you don't necessarily need the stocks on there. So I suggest to just go ahead and delete everything that's in there. And then you can create your own personalized watch list, and we will get to that as we move through. I also like to move down this information. That way my watch list is as big as possible when I am taking a look at the market. So I just move these down. You can adjust them. You know, obviously this is more personal preference, different things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and close this tab for right now. And then here in the free version, you will notice you are going to get different ads and things like that. You can X out of them. It's going to ask you if you want to start your 30-day free trial. You can go ahead and X out of it if you don't want to. But as those pop up, you can just click on the X. You'll also see here, they do have some indicators that are already on the chart. You may see some red and green bars that will show up at the bottom. If whatever indicators they have up here in the upper left-hand corner, if there are indicators pre-selected for you, all you simply have to do is hover over the indicator and click the X, and it will actually get rid of it for you. And then that way you can start with a fresh, clean slate. Now, if you like to be able to modify what your colors are, different things like that, you simply right click on the screen and you can scroll down to where it says settings. You can change the color of your candles. You can change the color of your wicks. You can also click on appearance and you can change your background. Now, I personally do not like the grid lines, so I like to change those to the same color of my background. That way I have less noise in the background of my chart. Again, that's a personal preference thing. You know, you can modify this however you want. You can also click Save As and create a template. So if you want to try out different color schemes or different things like that, if you can change it there. But if you do that, you can click Save As. It'll create a template for you, and then you can click OK. Now, if you want to switch between templates, You can go, you would right click the screen again, you can click color themes. You can see here that you can change it to dark as well. You can also go back to light, or you can click on the template that you saved, which is that no grid line, which was the white background with the grid lines gone. So whatever theme you want to utilize and all of that. If you also want to be able to modify where your price scale is, so the price of your currency, this scale bar can be moved to the right or the left. So if you right click on it, you can click see here, you can move the scale to the left, you can move the scale to the right. So whichever side it's on for you and whichever you think is best. I personally like it to be on the right hand side because that's where, you know, price is and all of that. You may also adjust the time zone. So down here in the right-hand corner, if you click on where this time zone is, you can change it to your current time, or it will stay at the exchange time. So that is a preference for you. I am in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, so I can change it over to that, which is, you know, the New York time zone. Now, for me personally, I like to be able to have my most frequent time frames all up here so that it's easy to drop down and, you know, mark up my charts as quickly and efficiently as possible. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, you can click where this B is. This is going to give you all of the time frames that you can look at. Now, I personally, when I mark up, I do top-down analysis utilizing market structure. So I will go ahead and hover over the stars on the time frames that I like to look at for my analysis. I will highlight those stars. And then as you can see, it added them all into my toolbar up here at the top. So I have my monthly, my weekly, my daily, my 4 hour, my 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute. So that just makes it easy for me to be able to go through my charts as I am marking up. I don't have to do a drop down. I can literally just keep clicking. You can also do the same with your tools over here on the left hand side. So you'll see you'll have different groupings. So in this one, you have a trend line, horizontal ray, vertical line, an arrow, you know, a lot of different tools there. In this one, you'll find, you know, your Fibonacci, your retracement tools, pitchforks, you know, all of those things. Here you have a drawing brush and different shapes. You can do text box, arrows, different things like that. Here are, you know, your harmonic patterns, your Elliott wave, you know, all of those different tools. And then here you have, you know, long and short position, the, you know, bars pattern, different things like that. So I'll show what some of those tools are as I go through. But what you can do is if you know what tools you're going to use, or as you start using TradingView, you're going to find which tools you like to use best. If you click on this star, it will add them to a little toolbar down here at the bottom. So you can see down here, I have my toolbar. You can move it around. So now as I'm marking up a chart, all I have to do is, you know, click on that tool rather than doing a drop down, you know, to do that. When you click on the tool, it gives you the ability to be able to change the color. You can change the thickness of the line. You can change it from solid to dashed or dotted. If you use this, you can clone it so it will create another line for you. If you want to get rid of it, you can click the trash can. If you want to lock it in place so it can't be moved, if you click that little lock, it'll hold it in place. So a lot of different, modifications that you can utilize there. And then if you utilize the ray setting and you click on settings, or you can right click on the ray itself, it'll bring up a little text box, a little toolbox. You can change the style there. You can also make notations. So if you want to be able to say, mark off your entry or your targeted take profit, different things like that, you can utilize, that text box by clicking the box here where it says show text. I like to put it to the right, that way it's over by my price bar, and then I like to have it on top of my line. So here you can see I was able to label what that line is. You can then clone it if you want. So say, you want array the same exact, you can drag it to where you want it to be. Or if you have a specific price, you can, go back into the settings and, change that specific price that you want it to be. And then, maybe this is my take profit that I'm targeting. So, just a couple of quick tools and, modifications you can utilize for that. Now, over here, again, in this toolbar section, if you click on the trash can, it will remove all of the drawings that you've made on your chart. If you click the eyeball, it will not delete everything, but it will hide all of your drawings. So say I make some drawings here, but I want to, kind of look at a clean chart, or I want to be able to show someone a clean chart. I can click hide drawings, and then I can, put the drawings back on. If you click where this little pencil with the lock underneath the magnet icon, if I click that, basically it allows me to just continuously use the same tool over and over again until I turn that lock off, or until I change to the next tool. So anytime I click on the actual screen itself, that same tool will continue to be used. And then you can, click the off to come out of drawing mode. If you hit escape, it'll take you off of that tool that you were on, after you draw it for the last time. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. This little ruler or measuring stick here on the left-hand side, this allows you to be able to measure the amount of points or pips that the market has moved. So, here in this situation, it would be 157. This is on the DXY, so we'll go to a traditional Forex pair, and you can search for your pairs, up here. You can also tap on the screen and you can search, anywhere in the screen. It'll bring up the pair for you. But again, if you use that ruler tool, you click, drag it, and then click again, it'll stay there. So 187 pips is what that move was. If you click on it, it'll get rid of that tool for you. So just a couple of quick, tools and ways to make it a little bit easier for you. Now, as you start to do your marking up and things like that, or as you start to learn different strategies, you may have educators that want you to add different indicators onto your chart. If you click up here where it says indicator or this little FX, it's going to open a toolbar for you. You essentially will be able to look for whatever, you know, indicator they may want to add, and you'll see them be added to the bottom of your screen. And then again, you know, similar situation. If you want to get rid of them, you can click the X. You can also do templates. So you can save an indicator template. So say, you know, maybe different things. If you're trading binary options, maybe you use different indicators than when you're trading, you know, traditional Forex, or if you're using a certain strategy for binary options and you're trying to learn another strategy. If you want to be able to have those templates saved, you can simply save them, and it will save your settings for, you know, that template itself. And then see here, it's saved into my templates. If you click the star, it's going to add a little button here for you. So I'll show you guys if I remove this indicator and I just have my blank chart. I'll make a blank. With the free version, you only get one template. If you do the paid version, you'll get, you know, additional templates that you can save. But basically, I have a blank chart here. If I just simply click on that template that I saved, notice how it's going to do that. So if you do any modifications to that indicator, if you change any of the settings, anything like that, it's going to pre-save those for you as well. Now, I also mentioned setting alerts. So say you're watching a trade and you're waiting to see when your entry, or you want to watch how price reacts in a certain zone. You can set alerts on your drawings themselves. So you can click this little alarm clock looking thing when you've selected a drawing. And it will allow you to create an alert if you want to be notified on the app, or if you want them to send you an email, anything like that. Now, if you want to be notified on the app, you do have to download the app on your cell phone and log into your account. Otherwise, it's not going to notify you on the app. You can also have it send an email to you, in which case, you know, down here, it'll have you enter, you know, email information and things like that. You can type in notes, and then you can create that alert. And you'll see the little alarm clock will go there. That represents that the alert has been set. You can always go in and modify the alerts. If you want to see the alerts, you click on the little alarm clock tool over on the right-hand side. Here, you can edit them, you can pause them, or you can delete it altogether. With the free version, you do have a limit on how many alerts you can set. So that is one of the perks of having the paid version if you're looking at a lot of different pairs or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. It'll just ask you. You can also, you don't necessarily have to do a drawing. So say if you just want to make an alert at a certain price point, you can right click on the screen, hit add alert, and then it'll add, you know, an alert line. Typically it's orange. Right here you can see it made the little arrow that reflects that the alert has been set at that price line. And then over here, you can see in the alerts tab on USD CAD, if price crosses 1.31410, then I get an alert. So makes it pretty easy to be able to set alerts that way. You know, you don't necessarily have to babysit the chart or babysit your phone. It'll send you a notification just like if you were getting a text message or something like that. Now, some of the other things that I'm going to show you as far as being able to utilize. Now you can save your charts. Make sure that autosave is on. That way, if you click over to a different chart, you can come back and still look at your same thing. So it'll autosave for you. You can also make it so that it auto saves, you know, in different things. I just have them all go to the same place. I don't have different settings as far as, you know, having separate places where they save. Now, there's also a chart properties or settings tool up here. So that will take you to the same place that I showed you in the beginning of where you can, you know, change your background. So maybe I want a blue background if I want to, you know, get fancy with it, or maybe I want a purple background or green or maybe gray, you know, whatever that may be. I can change my grid lines again. All of those things. You can change, you know, what color your numbers show up for your price lines, you know, all of those things. Everything is modifiable. You can turn it into full screen mode. So if you want to be able to see it bigger, if you hit escape, it'll take you out of full screen mode. And then this tool I love. So this little camera right here, it basically allows you to take a snapshot of your chart. What it does is it gives you a link you can copy and you can paste over to someone. So if you want someone to analyze your chart, or if you want to be able to send it to someone as a trade idea, or if you want to keep it as a trading journal, you know, maybe at the beginning of the week, you mark up your charts and then you post your links, you know, however you want to be able to keep track and everything like that. But that little snapshot tool is super, super, super useful. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you guys is this watch list over here. So TradingView has several different brokers that they support. So as you're looking for pairs, you want to determine which broker best aligns with your personal broker's price. So for example, I use FX Choice. I find that over here, you can see it says Forex, FXCM, Forex Oanda, Forex, Forex.com, ICE, Saxo, Kraken. So all of these are going to show me USD CAD, but the pricing is going to be a little bit different. So here on FXCM, prices at 1.31731. If I look at Oanda, prices at 1.31776. So whatever broker you are using, you want to see which of these charts on TradingView best aligns with the price of your broker. And then you can see here, you know, once you determine that, so I personally use the FXCM ones. In the watch list, you can create a list that you add all of your pairs. And then that way, as you're marking up or as you want to be able to go back and review your charts, I clicked the wrong one there. Okay, so I can just simply click down this list. And if I had markups on these charts, then those would be there for me, and I would just be able to go directly to my chart rather than trying to figure out which Euro USD I marked up or which Euro CAD I marked up. And then I'm just doing this so I can show you guys. So there's my marks I made on USD CAD. Those were saved. My Euro USD were saved. My GBP USD are saved. So I don't have to do anything to necessarily save my markups themselves. So that is just a quick tutorial on how to utilize some of the tools and services that are utilized within TradingView. Kind of helps to be able to know how to easily navigate and make the process a little bit more smooth, because it can be a little bit overwhelming as you're going through. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the chat, or if you have suggestions on content that you'd like to see in the future from the trading family, again, comment in the chat. If you got value out of this, please subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are able to view our content in the future. Again, my name is Chelsea Atkins, and on behalf of the entire trading family, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome day.